Welcome to Celestial Dew, a space where we explore our inner world, where storytelling and spiritual tools deepen our connection to ourselves and the universe. My name is Rocio Celeste, and this is my soulmate and constant companion, Nuga Cosmico. We are here to share our experiences and open a space for insight and transformation. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin this journey inward. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the djembe. This is the djembe, an ancient drum from West Africa that holds far more than rhythm. It holds soul, history, connection, and if you let it, it can become a teacher and a healer. You agree with that, don't you? So in this episode, we are going to talk about the spiritual power of the djembe. The way it helps us come home to ourselves. Connect to our spirit, and it helps us release what we have been holding to be able to tap into something bigger. To share a little bit of the history, the djembe comes from the Mande people of West Africa, mostly from Guinea, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Côte d'Ivoire. Traditionally, it's carved from a single piece of hardwood. This one's a big one. So this is a big piece of hardwood and topped with goat skin. But what's really important is the energy inside of it. In Mande culture, drums are not just instruments, they are voices. They speak, they carry prayers. They call people together for births, deaths, harvest, and healing. The djembe isn't just played. It is listened to, it is respected, even revered. Many elders believe that the djembe carry the spirit of the wood, the spirit of the tree it came from, the spirit of the animal, and the spirit of the person that carved it, that made the instrument. So there's a lot of energy here. A lot of wonderful, positive, sacred energy in one instrument before we even start to play it, before we even start to connect with it. There's a saying, Anke Je, Anke Be. It means everyone gather in peace. That's the spiritual intention of the djembe, community, harmony, and expression. It's used in community in many celebrations, in all sorts of rituals. The name djembe itself comes from that phrase, that saying, everyone gather in peace. And it invites us into rhythm, not just a sound, but a sacred ceremony. One of the most beautiful things about the djembe is that it reflects you. If you are tense, it shows up in your sound. When you are disconnected, your rhythm stumbles. When you are open and free, man, the drum sings with you. The drum has allowed me to heal very much and to ground. And even today, when I pulled out a card from one of my oracles, this is my African goddess oracle, the card that I pulled out that appeared was this one, Sauche. It's one of the African goddesses. And she talks about grounding. She talks about the importance of grounding. I'm going to read real quick one of the sentences that came up today that really resonated with me today. She talks about how grounding allows us to remain in the present moment. So whatever traumatism, whatever stress, whatever anxiety or fears we have, those disconnect us from our body. And that's very true. I learned this in one of my many retreats when I was healing, and when I really started connecting with the Djembe was about 4 years ago. And I learned the importance of grounding and the importance of bringing our attention to our feet, not being so mental, not being so much in the mind or in our worries, but bringing our energy, our power, our attention to our feet. That's when I first started connecting with African dance, and then Djembe came. She tells us, whenever you are feeling out of alignment, come back to your breathing. Breathing and meditation are wonderful methods of grounding. And then she says, try to connect your feet to the earth. And if you do this with your hands, this helps us with grounding too, which is beautiful, which is wonderful. This is very wonderful because there's a lot of energy in our hands, and this is why I like connecting with the Djembe. Doing this allows energy to flow. We have chakras here on our palms, and this is why I like to connect to the Djembe, to wake up the energy, the power that is on our palms. And it's very grounding. When you're striking, you start to realize, oh, I'm not just learning to drum, I'm learning to listen, I'm learning to be present, I'm learning to trust myself, because that's really why we're here, right? To connect to ourselves, to find ways to remember. The answers are already in you. You just need to remember. And the Djembe is a beautiful way to connect to that ancient wisdom that dwells in our inner world. I had seen the Djembe many times in my life. I mean, I've seen it in Florida. I've seen it when I lived in Uganda. It was in a lot of places. But I never really connected to it until 4 years ago, when after one of my healing retreats ended, and there were a lot of men playing on the beach, and I started dancing my way throughout. I started dancing to the sound of the Djembe, and my teacher told me, oh yes, African dance is perfect for you. You have it in your blood. African dance is a wonderful remedy for you, because I was a lot in my mind. I was a lot in my fears and my worries. I just my thoughts were very overwhelming. And she said, whenever you have those scary and agonizing thoughts, do African dance. That's your recipe. That's what she told me. And the Djembe was a wonderful way for me to connect to that. A few days after, I had a wonderful dream, where I was just drumming away on the Djembe. I had this Djembe in my dream, and it was me playing. Either I connected to something ancestral or to a past life, but I just saw my hands moving away really, 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 really fast in my dream, and it lasted about 8 to 10 minutes, and that's all I saw, my hands moving steadily and beautifully, and I was connecting to the power that was in me that I didn't realize I had in me. And little by little, I started connecting more with my African lineage. And the more I connect with the Djembe, the more I connect to my roots, and the more I ground, and the more present I feel, and the more I realize that we are so powerful. I don't need to be this scared person who is always afraid of what's going to happen, of what's next, of what. No, come back to the feet, come back to the body, come back to grounding, come back to the present moment, because that's all we have in reality. That is all we have, the now, the here. When you're working with the Djembe, every beat becomes a meditation, a moment to breathe, a moment to come back. I invite you to breathe. Very often we forget. They don't teach us this in school, the importance of breathing and breathing deeply. Sometimes when I'm really deep meditating with the Djembe, it becomes an extension of me. And I disappear. Something ancient moves through me. Something very, very ancestral. Something tribal. We're tribal beings. We're meant to live with others in society, not isolated, not always by ourselves. And the Djembe is a wonderful way to connect with others. You can do it for yourself, and you can also do it so your friends can dance, and then you switch. I love doing this. That's one of the first things I experienced with the Djembe. There was this man playing for us, and we women, we were dancing in the center. It was so wonderful. That was on Gran Canaria. And I already shared this in a different video where I had a difficult time connecting with dance. But the Djembe allowed me to just surrender. And I just disappeared. And it was my soul expressing through my body. Let's talk about emotional release. We carry so much grief. We carry so much stress, so much sorrow, so many unspoken feelings. There is so much stored in our body, and Western culture doesn't always give us space to move those feelings through the body. But the Djembe does. There are rhythms that help you ground, that help you cry, rhythms that help you rage and let go. It's not about sounding good. It's about being real. There are some techniques that you can learn to play the Djembe. Some people learn by counting 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. But what I really invite you to do is to try to use it to connect to your soul, to connect to your spirit, to allow your body to tell you what is it that it is stored in you. What is it that it's trying to release? Is it sadness? Is it grief? Is it stress? Work with the Djembe. And you will discover how much wisdom your body holds and how it would allow you to connect to your body. And then your body and your soul work in collaboration to allow you to express, to allow you to heal. And it will be wonderful when you see how much you release and how much better you feel afterwards. When you hit this skin with intention, with breath behind it, something shifts. Your nervous system resets. Your energy flows again. Your ancestors feel you. So if you are willing to get one, you can try to inhale, strike, exhale, strike. You can begin doing that exercise. Trying to do it here. Well, I was gonna put it more in the front, but I have my little friend here on my leg. So you can begin. Inhale, strike, exhale, strike. Inhale, strike, exhale, strike. His nervous system is very relaxed right now. This is how relaxed I want to be. This is how relaxed the djembe can make you feel after working with it for a while. Sorry, Nuga. So, just a little demo. There's no method or no technique. You just feel it away. But just if you want to get started, if you want to warm up, start inhale, strike, exhale, strike. Well, that was just a little inspiration that we got. Remember, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. It's about connecting. It's about letting your hands work with your soul so that it can express what it's wanting to say for a long time. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. Really, it's just a matter of you connecting. I never learned to play the djembe. I just do it intuitively. And my soul expresses what is it that it's stored in me, that it's ready to come out, it's ready to be released. Let it move. Let your hands speak. Let your hands work in partnership with your soul. That is where the healing begins. And it's very beautiful. You'll be surprised. It's a lot of fun. We can heal with grace. It doesn't always have to be painful and scary. Let the tears come out. Let the sorrow be liberated. Let your happiness express. I invite you to try this. There is something very magical about the hands when we drum. In many healing traditions, our hands aren't just tools. They are energy centers. Each palm holds a minor chakra, a vortex of energy that connects to the heart, to our creative flow, to our power to give and receive. So when we drum, especially with bare hands on a djembe, we're not just making sound, we are activating these energy centers. We are clearing them, aligning them. That's why they say clapping is also a very good way of clearing these vortexes. Have you ever noticed how your hands tingle after a deep rhythm session? That's your energy moving. That's your body remembering that it's alive. And think about it. When your hands are open and present, your heart is open too. You're falling off. The palm chakras are directly linked to our heart chakra. So every strike is like a heartbeat extended. Sometimes I feel like it when I'm drumming away on my djembe. I feel like, oh, it's an extension of my heartbeat. It's a conversation between my heart and the world where no words are needed. Let's feel that for a moment. You want to play again? Do you want me to play a little longer? Want to play again? Shall we play a little more with people? So we can do a slow 4-beat pattern. Just a 4-beat pattern. Let's do it. If you insist. He likes it. He likes everything I do. We're just going to tap. No technique required. No method. No specific method necessary. Just let your soul express. You tap. Tap. Feel your heart. Feel your hands warming. Feel your chest softening. Let the energy move through your palms like breath. This is healing. This is alignment. This is the drum working on your subtle body, clearing blockages. Releasing tension, connecting you to your truth. So tap with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 1 in the center. It really depends on how you want to do it. Traditions, drums are used to enter in a state of trance. To speak to the unseen, to connect with guides, with ancestors, or with the divine. The steady beat entrains the brain. It slows down our waves. You drop from the thinking mind into the intuitive, feeling self. And this is exactly what I had to work with 4 years ago when I thought, oh my God, I'm seeing ghosts or whatever that was tormenting me. I was just too much in my mind. I needed to connect to my body. This is why I started doing Tantra. And Tantra helped me ground. It helped me come back to myself, to my body. But a wonderful way to come to my body was to connect to that tribal part of me. Dancing barefoot on the ground. Working with the Djembe. It's a wonderful way of meditating. For some, this becomes prayer. For others, it's journey work. For many, it's simply peace. For me, it's about coming back to my center. Coming back to my feet. Not letting my problems or my worries be bigger than me. No, I'm bigger than them. I just need to ground. I just need to come to my feet. I just need to drum away. When I play, I often close my eyes and I ask, what do I need to feel? What do I need to remember? And somehow, through rhythm, the answers come. Not always in words, but in sensations, in images. Or just a quiet knowing. Are you comfortable there? I feel like you're falling off. Are you comfortable? Move a little bit. Move this way. Come, move this way. Yeah, there, so you don't fall off. Well, he wants to stay in that position. And the Djembe becomes a portal, a bridge between here and spirit. The Djembe is not just mine to claim. It carries a long line of griots, elders, drummers who lived and died with these rhythms in their bones. This isn't a toy. It's a sacred object. A cultural treasure. If you're going to work with the Djembe, do it with respect. Learn its rhythms, learn its history, learn from teachers who honor the culture, not just the technique. We can connect spiritually without appropriating. We can receive the medicine without stripping it from its roots. Gratitude, always. Now I want to guide you through a simple Djembe meditation. If you don't have a drum, just tap your heart or your thighs. Close your eyes if you feel safe. Feel the beat. Let it enter your chest. Let it enter your breath. Let it enter your bones. As you breathe, ask yourself, what am I holding that's not mine? What am I ready to let go of? What truth is rising in me? Stay with the rhythm. Just breathe. Just be. What am I holding that's not mine? What am I ready to let go of? What truth is rising in me? Let your soul speak to you. Let your soul give you the answers. Let your ancestors guide you. Thank them. Breathe. The Djembe isn't just a drum, it's a doorway. A doorway to healing, to remembrance, to yourself. If this resonated with you, I invite you to try it for yourself. Now I see the djembe in different parts of the world. Obviously, I've seen it in Africa, where I used to live, but I've seen it. This one comes from Indonesia, for example. The skin and the wood comes from Indonesia. I had friends in South America who used to build their own djembes. Even though they had their own drums, their shamanic drums. I have one right there. I will show you one day. And I've seen it in Florida, Jamaica. I invite you to borrow one. Make yourself one if you're feeling brave, if you're feeling creative, if you're feeling crafty. You can make yourself one. Or you can acquire one from one of your local artists to support the local community. The idea is to work with it as a meditation, as a healing tool, to release what no longer serves you, what is ready to come out. The idea is to work with the djembe to help you heal, to help you release what no longer serves you, what's ready to come out, what's ready to be released. So, if this resonated with you, I invite you to try it. It has helped me so much. I knew someone in Amsterdam who she said she had trouble with her hands, where she will start tapping the floor, start tapping the tables and the floor, and just tapping away until she started bleeding. And she couldn't stop tapping for hours, and she had to be taken to the hospital and given medication. And I intuitively told her, why don't you try playing the djembe? If you play the djembe, maybe that will help you, because with the energy that's trying to come out through your hands. I just said it innocently. And she thought it was a very amazing thing. She had never heard of the djembe. And I said, well, I've used it, especially if you are always tapping against things, tapping against the hard floor. Try channeling that energy into a djembe, see if that helps you. And I never saw her again. It was someone we were both traveling, and we met there, and she told me a little bit of herself, and we talked a little bit, we danced together, we did things together, and she told me, oh yeah, I'm on medication because I can't help tap. And I thought, oh, maybe she just has powers that she hasn't uncovered yet. Who knows? This is why I think the djembe is a wonderful teacher, a wonderful healer. It's a mirror. It reflects to you what's in you, in your inner world. Shows you your magic, your power, your beauty. Like it did to me in that dream. And I had no clue that I could work with the djembe when I started using it. Okay, I have never learned, but I'm going to try. And I have never taken a class or anything. I just let my soul express. I let my hands work in partnership with my body, with my soul. And I just express. And if tears need to come out, tears come out. If laughter needs to come out, laughter comes out. It's a wonderful tool, and once you have it, it can become your friend for life. We won't know until we try. So I invite you to start exploring, like I invited that girl in Amsterdam a couple years ago. To use the djembe as a doorway to heal, to remember, to come back to ourselves. If this information resonated with you, once again, I invite you to try it for yourself and see if it's for you. And if you think someone can benefit from this information, feel free to share it. Feel free to like the video. Feel free to subscribe to this episode. And keep listening, not just to drums, but to the rhythm of your soul. Thank you for joining me and Nuga Cosmico in this episode of Celestial Dew. We will be back with more wonderful ways to help you connect to yourself, to help you come back to your center. Thank you.